Hello, this is Dread from Epic Builds, and in today's video topic, we have some big announcements coming directly from EHG themselves. Multiplayer has been officially slated for the next update, which will be christened version 0.9, but there are some caveats we have to talk about in this video. So before we talk about multiplayer, one thing that is rumored to be changed next patch is the current ailment system. If anyone has played a poison build, then eventually tried something like a dam or ignite build, know wholeheartedly that the current balance of ailments is insanely out of whack. So they are looking towards fixing these underlying issues, especially since poison in multiplayer would be broken beyond belief in its current state. So they were pressured to make these changes before the release of online servers. Now for the juicy stuff. I want to give a TLDR of the news, as I want to set your expectations right for the next patch. Multiplayer is coming. You'll be able to play with a party up to 4 from the start of the game all the way till the end of Monoliths. But, and this is a big but, there will be no trading implemented yet in 0.9. This means you will be able to play with people, have your own loot drops within the party, but you cannot trade with people. You can't drop items, you can't trade with people, and your drops will be your own drops. This means you'll be able to play with people, but it also means you can't, of course, share stuff. This is because they want more time to work on what they want trade to be. They definitely have something in store for this, but no one knows anything about their plans for trading. The only kind of info we have gotten so far has been cryptic at best, so we'll have to see how this plays out. If you haven't already, I'd suggest liking the video. It helps out the channel and shows me you want to see more content like this. Also as well, what are your opinions on this post and your overall ideas about multiplayer? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Multiplayer, sure, we won't be able to trade items, but something very, very important comes to pass with this patch that we have never had before. Assuming we get improvements to the ladder in general, including the website version, this means this will be the first time in the game's history where people can test their builds, in the arena specifically, and not have to deal with the copious amounts of file editing that discourages anyone from pushing the arena. What does this mean? Well, it makes the dev's job much easier. So instead of trying to balance around immortal clients, people with 20 affix items, or 100 forging potential items, or just people with insane gear in general, they can finally use the ladder to assist with their balancing decisions instead of it being an absolute mess like it's been for the past few years. No more client side, no more file editing. It's that easy. Which is a saving grace for myself, as unlike some, I don't need to edit my stuff to make good builds. So it means I can finally strut my wings without having to compete with people who just try to lie to you. So server authority is by far one of the most positive things coming out of this patch, at least for me, and a lot of other people as well. There's also going to be a large optimization pass for this patch, as if you have played the game as much as I have, you will have noticed certain zones, areas, monsters, and skills that completely tank performance. This might not be instantly noticed by some, but for some people like me who actually want to play skills like Avalanche, will maybe have good frames while doing so. This does not mean I'm not going to try to kill the servers though. I'm definitely going to try to kill the servers, that's for sure. Now as well, they are also introducing multiple on-death animations for enemies, which means when you kill that gigantic diamond matron or that pack of wolf boys, there is some spectacle to be had. This definitely will add to the last Epoch experience, as combat is slow enough for you to notice these things. They're also upgrading some mob types, like the Void Fuse Horror, which is very exciting, since last Epoch, in a lot of its endgame, at least in Arena, monsters scale insanely fast, and you have to respect them a lot more than normal. And it means that dodging enemy attacks matters way more, and it ends up being more like a game of League than, of course, an ARPG. So having interesting monster types like this will lead to much more interesting gameplay at the top 1% of gameplay. Another thing multiplayer will bring that none of the other patches have been able to yet is huge revisions to balance. There are some skills that I know I am pretty sure that will just get nerfed into oblivion from now till launch due to their interactions with gameplay, especially when considered multiple people in the zone. I plan on making a video on skills you should look out for when the multiplayer patch comes out, and I plan on making some classic builds from ARPG history, like, of course, the fabled Aura bot from Path of Exile. Hopefully, we can achieve this relatively easily in Last Epoch. Well, that's it for today's post, guys. I am very hyped. Not because of multiplayer, but of course, being able to play with friends is fun, but because we finally get server authority, while also having the development team not have to focus on two versions of the game. They get to finally focus on one version of the game. And that's why development has been taking so long in most of this. Hopefully, we hear a lot more soon, but this has been Dread from Epoch Builds, off to go make more videos.